Hey, welcome to another edition of East LA Sports, and as we continue on the road following the Roosevelt Rough Riders this week on our high school game of the week, the Rough Riders have landed at the airport or near the airport at Westchester High School, the home of the Comets, and they're ready to kick off in just a moment. The Westchester Comets come in with a record of 1-3, and flipping that over on the other side, the Roosevelt Rough Riders out of the Eastern League coming in with a perfect record of 4-0. So stay tuned for East meets West here for our high school game of the week. And we enter week number 5 for East LA Sports Team Productions. Don't go away, it's going to be a good game. Okay, here we go, set for the kickoff. There goes the run up, the kick, it's up and away. We're underway here now in this non-conference matchup. Westchester going to run the opening kickoff back, and then, oh, look out. Hit nicely there by the Rough Riders, stopping the runner in his tracks, give him maybe a gain of a return of about 5 yards in the carry, but Roosevelt now in white and the maroon, and just getting set up here in our 50-yard line press box, and we're going to start things off here with Westchester, of course, in the red. Oh, it's going to be encroachment there on Roosevelt. Drawing offside, number 23 for Riders. We'll try to get you the starting lineups here in just a moment, but 23 for Roosevelt. Okay, out of the shotgun. 3-4 defense shown by the Riders in white with their maroon numbers. Ball carrier is going to go off tackle there for a few yards. Just underway here, first quarter of play at the Westchester Comets on their home field here near the LAX International Airport. So, quick offense here for Westchester. And we'll try to get you their starters in just a moment. Oh, screen out here to the flat. Number 7's got it. Trying to break a tackle. It's going to be upfield for a first down. Give credit to number 7 there on the reception. That's Kennedy Jones. He's a junior, 6'3", 178. And we're going to now give you some of the names of the players here, trying to set the Roosevelt defense very quickly here for you. No huddle offense, though. It doesn't give us that much time as Westchester is back to the action. 1st and 10. Let's call it from their own, let's see, 30, can't see the yard markers here, 37-yard line. Shotgun formation. There's a run left, a sweep, trying to get outside the number 4 at quarterback. And he's going to get a gain. Let's give him 3.5 yards on the gain. Number 4 is going to be Jonathan Murphy. He's a quarterback. He's a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. 3 receivers out here to the right side for Westchester. Head coach Wyatt Henderson in his 4th year for the Westchester Comets. Handoff over left tackle. Good tackle in there. Let's give credit to number 34 in on the stop for the Riders. Okay, on that last stop, 34 for Roosevelt. We'll get you the name in just a moment. Here we go, back to the action, 3rd, and let's call it 5. Dropping back is Murphy, left-handed screen pass. He's got a runner open in the secondary, still going. He's going to pick up good yardage all the way down. Let's call it to the Rough Rider 31-yard line. 1st and 10 on just a simple bubble screen out there to the left. Trying to get you the starters here for the Rough Riders in just a moment. Big play there for Westchester, starting this drive roughly back on their own 25-yard line unofficially. And there's going to be a deep pass, airing out. It's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Clock will stop with 9:17. No score in the game. Westchester on their first drive of the game. Again, non-conference play. Roosevelt comes in with 4-0 record, undefeated. And Westchester, on the other hand, coming in with a 1-3. However, remember, these are non-conference games, and once the league starts, that is where things really will turn. Okay, back to the line of scrimmage. Westchester, double wideouts on the right side, handoff over right tackle, found the seam, and bursting forward is the running back, the tailback there. Number 3, give him credit on the carry. That's Jonathan Murphy. To check that, Marquise Toombs. Next play, number 5. Bozeman. Oh, breaking tackles. Oh my goodness. Let's see if there's any flags on the field. Referee in the white hat, will keep our eye on him. Line of scrimmage was approximately, let's call it the 25. Looks like they're going to call a holding penalty against the Comets. And that will nullify what Bozeman did on a touchdown run. Okay, it's going to bring the... Okay, we have some confusion here on the play. They're bringing it back, so it's not a touchdown. Clock is running with 8:35. Wide receiver way out here to the right for the quarterback. And pass incomplete. Jonathan Murphy's a quarterback. Running back number 2, Marquise Toombs. Wide receivers out here to the right, Kennedy Jones, number 7. And we're going to pick up the Roosevelt defense here in just a moment. Very windy night here. It's almost, as they say, fall has come into Southern California and, of course, East Los Angeles and LA itself. And right there, you see a running play. And runner will maybe pick up a yard. Still wondering about that last play. Was called back for some reason. He may have stepped out of bounds, or I'm not sure there. But again, it's very fortunate for Roosevelt that no touchdown stood on the end of that play. Okay, coming up with 3rd and 8. And he's going to air it out again. He's a left-handed quarterback. He's going short. Gets around one of the cornerbacks. And that was a step on Bozeman. And Bozeman gets tackled after a nice gain. He's going to be close. He will make a first down on that play. Okay, clock continues to move. There you see the red uniformed with white numbers, Westchester Comets, looking over to head coach Wyatt Henderson for the play call. Clock moving now, 7:30. Sweep to the left, there's number 5, trying to get around the end. Nice tackle there. That was Bozeman. Good ankle tackle by Isaiah Cepeda, number 34. He ran him down. Good pursuit there. Trying to get you the starters here for the Roosevelt defense. We'll get you the numbers and then their names. Okay, but the Westchester Comets in their hurry-up offense doesn't give us that much lag time in between plays. Here they are back at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Handoff over right tackle. Found a seam, and he's in. Looks like Bozeman. Scores first. Westchester up on the board with 6:50 left in the period. And give that about maybe an 8-yard run unofficially. for Esteban Bozeman, number 5 on his jersey. Here's a point after now coming. Placement, the kick. It's going up, and it's good. There it is. So the Westchester Comets strike first on a touchdown here on the ground. It comes with 6:50 left in the first quarter of play. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Seeds High School Game of the Week. Kickoff from Westchester. There it is. Line drive is picked up on the fly there. Roosevelt got it at the 30. Still on his feet. Oh, nice run. Cepeda returns it a good 22 yards on the kickoff. And his first name, Isaias. He's a running back, cornerback, senior. 5'5", goes at 135. So head coach Ricardo Cepeda in his second year at Roosevelt, slowly but surely turning things around here for the Rough Rider program as they come in undefeated in play here in non-conference play at 4-0. Okay, we're going to set the backfield here for you. Handoff over right tackle to the running back. And give him maybe a gain of about 3 yards. First, second, and let's call it 8. Let's call it 9, actually, gain of 1. Okay, inner quarterback. Number 12, Raymond Reynoso, out of the shotgun. Has one running back there with him. Oh, look out. Looks like he was held from behind. Oh, my goodness. Oh, number 5 got away with a hold there. That was Esteban Bozeman. Clearly hands all over the receiver's jersey. Okay. Nonetheless, incomplete. On a quick look-in pass, Reynoso going to his receiver. Brings up third, and let's call it 9. Reynoso looking for the snap. There it is. Again, same play on the other side of the field, and now a flag comes in from the back judge. Yeah, let's see what they're going to rule. Maybe it's a pass interference. We'll keep our eye on the white hat referee. And it's going to be marched off against the Westchester. This is going to help the Roosevelt cause here as they maintain possession of the ball. Major penalty. Let's see where our referee is. Let's see if we can pick up his signal. Okay. Handoff over right tackle. Big hole. Ripping yardage off number 36. Frankie Cruz. Big first down there. Quick no huddle offense for the Riders. They're going to turn the tables on Westchester. Here is the lineup here. Number 3 is in the slot. That's Brandon Hernandez, just off of the right tackle. Wideouts to the right and left. Handoff again to Cruz. Moving forward, he's going to gain some yardage and then get stacked up there by the Westchester defense. Give him a credit for about 3 yards on the pickup on the carry. Try to get you some of the rest of the Roosevelt offense. There's Hernandez out here to the left, along with number 24. That's Jalen Joseph. Handoff goes to Cepeda. Cepeda puts his head down, drives his legs forward, as a good running back does, and lowers his shoulder. And he grinds out another 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up, let's call it, well, hey, it was enough for a first down. 1st and 10, let's call it from just about the 16-yard line. The Riders on this drive starting back at their own, let's call it 32, maybe 40-yard line when they return the punt. And there's a running play, right side, student body to the right, and it's going to be enough for a short gain. Let's give them a couple of yards on the carry. Reynoso looks over to Coach Cepeda for the signal for the play. Spread offense here for the Riders. Reynoso dropping back, slant over the middle, spinning, turning, going forward is the Rough Rider receiver. And that was number 3, Brandon Hernandez, 5'6", 150, wide receiver, also plays defensive back. Roosevelt now threatening here. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at about, let's call it the 3-yard line. The Rough Riders come out just scrapping and coming back on their opponent here, the Westchester Comets. Snap, Reynoso. Oh. Gave it to his running back and then got stacked up, but a flag was thrown by the referee in the white hat. Looks like it. Here it comes towards us over here. Let's see what the signal will be. Half the distance to the goal. Face mask on the runner. So big break here for the Rough Riders. Again, you're watching East LA Sports Scene's coverage of the Roosevelt Rough Riders from the Eastern League, taking on the Westchester Comets out of the Western League. East meets West, our theme here for tonight. Out of the I formation, Reynoso giving it to his running back. He's going to get near the goal line. There's no signal yet. And the umpire, he's going to be stopped maybe just a foot short of the goal line. I want to give mention here to some of the starters on offense for Roosevelt. Look for number 24, that's Jalen Joseph. Number 78 is going to be Jose Suarez. He's one of the linemen. Number 52, James Gomez. And a flag comes out now from the side judge. And they're going to call a false start on the offense. It's going to cost the Riders 5 yards. Critical penalty here. Now they'll have to change the strategy. Continuing on with the starters here for Roosevelt. Number 54, Luis Ramirez, he's the center. Number 66 is Jose Gomez. Number 72, Alan Hurtado. And we mentioned also number 9 is in there. That is Miguel Montero. Number 36 is the running back, Frankie Cruz, along with Reynoso. Over the middle, touchdown, number 7's got it. And that is Ethan Lopez, 6-yard touchdown pass for the Riders. They're up on the board now as they answer back with their game tying, well, not tying yet, but touchdown tying, but now game tying now comes for the point after. And that comes at 2:19 left in the first quarter. In the kick is Josue Lopez for the point after. The snap, the kick, it's up, looks good, and it is good. So, the Rough Riders with the, we'll call it a 60-yard drive of their own, answer back and tie the score now 7-7 with 2:19 left in the quarter. This is East LA Sports Team. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. We're back to the action. Here we go for the run up to the kick. The Roosevelt Rough Riders are set in special team formations, and there goes a line drive kick picked up at about the 20-yard line. Oh, he's got daylight. Breaks right, goes left is Bozeman. Still on his feet. He's going to be dropped at about the 50-yard line. So Westchester Comets are going to come back with very, very good field position. Now let's set the defense for the Riders. Again, number 78 at defensive end, Jose Suarez. 56 is Ruben Castillo. He's one of the nose tackles. 23, Alfredo Sepulveda. Giovanni Delgado, number 29. Isaias Cepeda, number 34, is going to be very active on the linebacking slot here. Continuing on with number 44, Santos Rivera. He's a middle linebacker. Number 9 is going both ways. That's going to be Miguel Montero. Number 6 is Luis Delgado at cornerback. Number 2 is Ricardo Cabrera, my namesake. Number 2 at cornerback. Number 24 is Jalen Joseph. And number 4, free safety, Matt Diaz. Running play, straight up the middle. Look out, still going. Broke several tackles, still on his feet. Is he in for the touchdown? If so, that's going to be a 50-yard scamper. There it is, a signal for a touchdown, just like that. Westchester replies with their own touchdown. And that will stop the clock at the 2-minute mark. So unofficially, we have a 50-yard run there. We didn't pick up the runner, but obviously one of the starters for the Comets could have most likely could have been Esteban Bozeman, number 5. Here comes a point after try. The placement, the kick is up, and it's good. So in just 2 plays, the Comets said, hey, this is our home field. We'll take advantage of it, and they're showing some very, very powerful running game here with another touchdown here quickly. And that moves the score now 14-7. We'll be back at the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're set to go here. Westchester on the run up, ready to kick off. There it is. Decent kick, heading to the out of bounds line at about, let's call it the 10-yard line. And let's see what the options are for the Riders. Change of possession now. Looks like the Riders and Coach Cepeda are going to take the ball at their own 35-yard line due to the penalty for the ball being kicked out of bounds. Okay, there's a snap, handoff. And good effort there, straight up the middle. No huddle offense for the Riders. Clock is moving now with 1:43 left in the period. Score is 14-7 in favor of Westchester. Second drive of the game for the Riders, getting good field position from their own 35-yard line. Give the running back credit for a yard on that last carry. Handoff again. And here's the tailback. And he's going to go for a few yards, and that is see, we alternating running backs here. Let's see, it's 36, Frankie Cruz, getting most of the calls on the ground carries. It's going to bring up third, and let's call it 6 here for the Riders. We're inside of a minute left with 50 seconds on the clock, and it continues to run. Reynoso at quarterback. Oh, there's movement there. Let's see what the referee calls. Offsides on the Westchester. Roosevelt will gladly take that. Reynoso over here looking to the sideline for the play. Clock was stopped with 45.5 seconds. And that will give the Riders a first down, so they move the chain markers. And the clock is now running now. Raymond Reynoso at quarterback, dropping back in the flat here. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, number 4 had a gimme on that. Jonathan Murphy playing his cornerback spot, the safety spot, and the ball just floated up there a little too long, and that's a turnover. So the drive will stall here for the Riders as the clock is stopped with 31 and 1 seconds left in the quarter. So Westchester again showing some good offensive blocking schemes here for the running backs. And let's see what Coach Henderson does here. This last play, it could be the last play of the quarter. Oh, Roosevelt drawn way off sides, and now flags will come in from everywhere. And they're going to sort things out here. Referee in the white hat also dropped a flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct for the shove there on looked like it was a center. Let's try to get you some of the offensive lineup here for the Westchester Comets as well. Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10. There's a snap. There it goes to Bozeman, sweeping left. He's a speed merchant and still running. Whistle hasn't sounded. Tacked on another 6 to 7 yards. It's going to give him a first down. Clock is stopped with 21 seconds. And as every football player knows, you continue to play until the whistle blows, which ends the play. So it looks like there's enough yardage there for a first down, so Rough Riders need to close in and fill those gaps there on defense. Try to hold number 5, that's Esteban Bozeman, the running back, tailback there. Need to hold him for a less yardage. Oh, and then there's the end of the period there, and as the quarterback, number 4, Jonathan Murphy, went back to pass, it sounded, but that did not end the quarter itself. The end of the play did. And with that incomplete pass, we're going to start the second quarter in just a moment with Westchester in possession. This is East LA Sports News production of High School Game of the Week. Okay, back to the action. Here we go. Man in motion. Snap. Murphy fakes it to his right. Oh, number 1 for the Comets. He's the receiver. That was Justin David. But Murphy, with some sleight of hand there, faked it. Came back to, but very little yardage. In fact, he lost a yard on the play. 3rd and let's call it 11 for Westchester. And the shotgun is the quarterback, that's Murphy. Some movement there by the linebackers. Looks for a blitz coming for. Just out of the outstretched hands of the receiver. That was Bozeman. Overthrown. It was intended for him at about, let's call it the 10-yard line. Pass incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see what the Comets do here on this play. 4th, let's call it 11. Let's get you some of the names here for Westchester while we're at it here. Number 1, Justin David. He's a tight end. Number 50 is Divine Obishere. Number 55 is John Spikes. The man in motion is number 8. That's Darcel Benjamin. Murphy has got a receiver. It's complete. It's going to be short of the first down, so that's going to be a good sign for the Riders as they've held here. Give credit to number 6, bringing him down. That was Luis Delgado. So change of possession. Here come the Riders back onto the field. They're going to take over at approximately their own, let's call it 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders, coming into the game at 4-0. Reynoso now at quarterback. Hands off. to Cruz over right tackle. He's going to gain about 3 yards. Again, giving the offensive lineman some credit here. Alan Hurtado. It's number 72. Sophomore, 284 pounds. '54 is Luis Ramirez. He goes in at 212. 56, Ruben Castillo, 242, and Alejandro Espinosa, 261. Jose Canales, 268. Snap. Oh, Cruz breaking tackles. First down for the Riders. And he just lowered the shoulder and lowered his helmet and sprung loose for another 5 yards after the initial contact. Give him credit on a great run there by Frankie Cruz. He's a sophomore, goes in at 165, and looks like there's going to be a timeout taken on the field by the comments. This is East LA Sports Team. We'll be back after the timeout.
10-19, we're back to the action after the timeout. Roosevelt on a drive here. Cruz just moving straight forward. So the Roosevelt response to Bozeman is Frankie Cruz. And Coach Cepeda content to stay on the ground here. Time of possession, very important here. This is the third drive of the game for Roosevelt. Here's the formation. Cruz is going over left tackle and finds success there by hitting the hole and bursting forward for another first down. Give him credit for another 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. There's a whistle on the field. And they're going to call, looks like encroachment. Offsides on Westchester. And the Riders will gladly accept that. .9:25 left in the first half. Wide receivers out here to the right. You see number 7, that's Ethan Lopez. Oh, Cruz blowing through, some skipping and sliding to the left and the right. Cruz will go in for the touchdown. And that was a 29-yard touchdown run. Give him credit unofficially for that carry. And that will put the Riders just behind by 1 point here. So Frankie Cruz just carrying the load for the Riders on that drive. Number 36 showing the way here for the Riders. And that comes at 9:09 left in the quarter, or in the half. We'll be back with a kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Team.
It is. It's going to be a medium kick. It's going to be fielded at about, let's call it the 15-yard line. Oh, he got a block and moved it up field. Let's give credit to the Westchester runner. That was Bozeman. Again, number 5. He's a multi-purpose player, doing what he must do to help his team in all phases of this contest. So Esteban Bozeman, running back, senior, 165. At quarterback, Jonathan Murphy. Let's go! Out of the shotgun. There's Murphy, the linebacker, stunting now, trying to throw off the count here for the offense. So number 4, again, Murphy. Number 5 is Bozeman in the backfield. Wide receivers on the right, trips on the right. Single receiver wide out on the left. There's a handoff. Oh, he's going to be snuffed. Big number 78. Give him credit in on the stop. That's Jose Suarez, 6 feet, 220. And he is a junior. He'll be back next year for Coach Cepeda. Okay, loss of about 3, 2nd and 13. Here comes a rush. Murphy, left-handed. He's got a receiver right there trying to break tackles. With the speed and agility, there are the running backs turned receivers. And you saw there, it looks like it was number 8, Darcel Benjamin. And with that, now Westchester is going to take a look to their sideline. They'll try to pick up a signal from their head coach, Wyatt Henderson. There's a snap rolling to his left. Airs it out here. He's got a receiver. Puts on a move, and it's going to be close to a first down. Number 7, that's Kennedy Jones. He got the hook up there with the quarterback. And let's see where they spot that, because it's going to be close enough for a first down. Let's see if they might have to measure that. And the side judge now is declaring a first down. They're going to move the yard markers now. And with that play, Westchester picks up a first down. Linebackers trying to blitz. Oh, over left tackle. Found a seam. Bozeman is at the 20. Still driving. Knocked out of bounds at a 10-yard line. So Esteban Bozeman's showing his muscle, showing his power as a runner. And right in front of our camera, you picked up a great angle as he shot the gap there over left tackle. No defenders there to detain him. And he just kept on going. Ripped off about a 40-yard run unofficially. And that puts Westchester in the red zone here. Ball's going to be spotted at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Comets. Oh, ball's on the ground. Murphy falls on it. And they will lose big yardage on that play. So bad snap there by the center. And the referee now signals the clock to start moving again. Here's Westchester now. Murphy, he's a southpaw. Oh, look out, the ball got on the floor. It looks like Roosevelt picked it up. Yes, it is. The 1st and 10 for the Riders. It was a shuffle pass going forward to the running back from Murphy. And his running back was not. Let's see what they call now. Looked like a fumble from our point of view. And now the defense goes back onto the field. Let's see what the white hat will do here. He originally signaled first down after the fumble recovery. No signal from the white hat. We're wondering what happened on the play then. Okay, looks like they may have ruled that as an illegal forward pass. Murphy gets another chance. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to air it deep in the end zone. It's going to be way, way beyond the receiver's grasp. And that's going to bring a 4th down now. So, clock stops on the incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 4th and about 20 for the Westchester Comets. Okay, break the huddle. Here they come now. Westchester Comets in red, black helmets. Linebacker stunting here, showing blitz. And Murphy is going to be flushed in, 8 up in the pocket, still going. Oh, number 78 again. Big number 78. Jose Suarez having nothing to do with that. He's a defensive end. Along with the number 52, give him credit in there for an assist, James Gomez, 6 foot 280. So a lot of beef up there for the Rough Riders, holding their own ground here on defense against the Westchester Comets. Good job, defense. Okay, back come out. Out comes the offensive unit for Roosevelt. And it's been Raymond Reynoso, senior, 5'10", 195 at the controls. And Frankie Cruz, his dependable running back, at his side there. Hand off to Cruz, looking for an opening. And he's going to just bull himself forward for about, let's call it 3 yards on the gain. Fourth drive of the game for the Riders. They've capitalized on 2 out of the 4 so far. Big wind popping up here in the stadium. Handoff to Cruz. Goes left, drags a tackler. They're trying to strip it out of his hands, but Cruz holds on and then falls to the ground for another gain of about, let's call it 3 or 4 yards. So grounding and pounding by Cosapeda. It's going to bring up third and let's call it a long 3 for the Rough Riders. Scores tied, 14-14. Clock says 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the half. This is East LA Sports East High School Game of the Week, week number 5 in non-conference play. Rough Riders come in at 4-0. Westchester 1-3. Over the middle. Oh, it's a hookup. Nice catch. Ethan Lopez on a down and in. And the yard markers will move for a big first down play. So Reynoso showing the poise of a quarterback in the pocket. He had plenty of time to look for his receiver and targeted him and connected on a good play. Almost up to the midfield area. The ball's spotted at about, let's call it the 43-yard line of Roosevelt. I formation. Check that. Shotgun. And then stopped in the backfield for a loss will be Cruz. The defense keying in on the runner. And let's give number 55 some credit there. And that is John Spikes. He's a senior, 5'9", going 200 pounds, anchoring the defensive line there for Westchester. Riders come out, doubles on each side of the field for his running backs. Oh, nice run there. Cruz showing his durability as a running back, just continues to hammer the defense on his carries. It's going to bring up third, and let's call it 6 yards for a first down. Rough Riders chewing up some of the clock here. Scores tied at 14. Raymond Reynoso, number 12 on his jersey, out of the shotgun. In the wing formation, he's got a couple of players. Oh, and then incomplete pass. Getting up slowly there. Number, let's see, who is that? 30. Check that. Oh, 34 was used there as a slot receiver. Comes up a little slow. He's going to have to shake off that and hope he can get his composure and come back. But there he's going to be attended to by the training staff. Unfortunately, one of the main stalwarts of the Roosevelt defense, Isaiah Cepeda. Here's a kick, punt formation, nice spiral. Oh, heading past Bozeman, look out, he's dangerous. In the open field, he's got a blocker. Oh, then head on, met in the big collision. Let's give credit to number 14, Jaido Araujo there for the stop. And that was a helmet-to-helmet collision there. And it's going to give Westchester first down and 10. Let's call it, they're spotting it at about the 26-yard, check that, the 20-yard line, more or less, 21-yard line, with 3:09 left in the half. So the defense comes back on the field for Roosevelt. And Westchester, they're dangerous out of the shotgun formation. Wide receivers on both sides of the field, spread formation. Oh, Murphy, he's keeping it. Still going. Or did he pitch that? Still going. Oh, they couldn't close him off. They had no angle to stop him in front of the Westchester bench, and he kept turning it upfield. He'll get credit for a big gain, at least for a first down. Clock runs now with 3 minutes left in the half. Oh, whistle blows. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty against Westchester. Big break there for the Riders on that play because it had already developed. And Murphy was heading upfield in a hurry. We'll keep our eye on number 34 for the Riders, Isaiah Cepeda. And check on his condition. Clock stopped with 2:58. Riders showing blitz there from their linebackers and 3-4 defense for the Riders. Handoff. Oh my goodness. Found an opening. And there's a whistle stopping play, but give the running back credit on that play. Number 17, Dylan Guerra. Dylan, D-I-L-L-O-N, Guerra, G-U-E-R-R-A. He's a senior, 5'8", 160. Many of the players in high school will be going both ways, so we're calling numbers that will be playing on both sides of the ball tonight. Taylor, option, pitch, here comes, trying to get outside is Guerra. Oh, he slides down at about, let's call it the 45-yard line of Roosevelt. Chased out of bounds there. Oh, Cepeda's back in the ball game. We were looking for him on the sideline, but he said, Coach, put me back in. I'm ready to go. And we'll give credit here for the Roosevelt defense now. Second, and let's call it 4. Second and 4 for the Comets. Blitz showing here by the Riders. It's causing Murphy to call an audible. He's going to look over to Coach Henderson. Fake handoff, thrown in the flat there. Oh, incomplete. And the pass was intended for number 8. That was a Darcel Benjamin. Incomplete. Clock stop with 1:43. 14-14 is the score. Coming in here from the home of the Comets in Westchester. Feels like a fall night here in Los Angeles, California. It's Friday Night Lights shining brightly here on our high school athletes in the LA City section. Westchester versus Roosevelt. There's Murphy now in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Going right. Stops. Pivots. Breaks a tackle. Still going. Oh, finally brought down. Oh, my goodness. In on the stop there, number 78. Playing himself a great game tonight, Jose Suarez. Giving credit to the Roosevelt defense. Here, number 50. That's Aldo Parral, he's in there as one of the linebackers. Murphy rolling right. Has a receiver. And is calling it a reception. Okay, it was a 4th down. And Westchester didn't make it for the first down, so here comes the offensive unit again for the Riders. And it's a very, very windy night here. So we apologize if you're picking up some of the wind on our sound, but it's one of those facts of life here in beautiful Southern California. We're heading into fall. And, of course, fall means football for all of us who are high school football fans. Okay, East LA Sports Scene ready to go back to work here with you. Roosevelt on the far hash mark, ready to go 1st and 10 with 1:03 left in the half. Bunch of receivers out here to the right for Reynoso. He's going to air it out on a go pattern. And looks like the receiver there got caught up on his own feet and fell to the turf. And the pass is incomplete, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stop with 58 seconds left. Same formation. Trips are bunched out here to the right. Handoff is going to be a run. And just maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Looks like Cruz was the ball carrier. Okay, the white hat, referee in the white hat whistle stopping play there. Looks like there's going to be a timeout taken by the Roosevelt Rough Riders. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Back to action here. 1st, 3rd, and let's call it 8 for the Riders. Oh, ball batted down. Looked like it was going to be a screen pass to the running back, but the defender wisely came in with his hands outstretched and knocked the ball down. It's going to bring up 4th and again 8. 43 seconds left in the half. Let's see what the Coach Cepeda does here. He's going to bring on his kicking unit. And let's see who's going to drop back into punt formation. Looks like number 6 is going there, Luis Delgado. And he's going to need to get it deep and make Bozeman really, really think about his strategy in terms of running a punt return back. But he's a dangerous player. All kinds of moves and all kinds of skills. There's Delgado, the kick. It's a medium length kick. Bozeman lets it get by him. And Roosevelt now eager to down it there inside the 10-yard line. So a good bounce there for the Riders. And let's see what Coach Henderson does here in the last 33.3 seconds of the half. You're watching East LA Sports Scene's coverage of high school game of the week, Roosevelt versus Westchester. Okay, back to the action. Both teams have shown they can really put points up on the board in a hurry. Let's see what Westchester does here as they have the last possession of the half. And here goes the running back, still grinding yardage out is number 5. That's Bozeman. He's had himself a great half. Already over the 100-yard mark unofficially with total rushing yardage. And with the first down, they've stopped the clock. And Westchester's called a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we are back to the action. Here we go now. 26.9 seconds left. The threat of a score is always in the air here. Murphy, he's got Bozeman with some blockers in front of him. Still moving. Then it's going to take a 3 to 4 man gang tackle to drop him. Coming off the pile here, number 6, Delgado, along with 23, Sepulveda. And that's going to run it out. There is the end of the first half with the score tied. They're 14 to 14. So there you see the Rough Riders heading to their locker room. And there's a 15-minute intermission. And we will be back with the second half kickoff after the intermission. This is East LA Sports Scene. For the second half kickoff, but before we start, we want to make sure that we convey this special message to you that East LA Sports Team Productions, they would like to announce our special theme for tonight's game. Let's give our support to the families and high school football players, the programs and victims of Hurricane Maria, the earthquake in Mexico, and also the recovering victims of Hurricane Harvey in Houston, Texas, and Hurricane Irma in Miami. Also, again, to remember those that were devastated in Puerto Rico by Hurricane Maria, and then prayers and thoughts go out to the earthquake victims in Mexico City. So East LA Sports Scene hopes that our community will be able to donate and contribute as much as they can to all of our fellow U.S. citizens and residents of those particular locations and countries and territories. So let's hope and pray for speedy recovery and a return to their normal school, work, and family lives. And they have a lot on their minds and a lot to get done. So we will support them here from East LA Sports Scene and, of course, LA City School Sections and CIF football. Here we go, the kickoff now. And it's going to be Roosevelt picking the ball up at about the 25-yard line. Here he is breaking over to the right side. Number 3, that's Brandon Hernandez. And struggles forward near to the midfield line at about, let's call it the 45, was where they're going to spot it. They'll take over now in great field position as we start the third quarter. Score tied 14-14, and we've looking at Roosevelt Rough Riders representing the Eastern League, and then Westchester, of course, representing the Western League. And the Riders come out now with possession of the kickoff. Good field position thanks to Brandon Hernandez, number 3's return here. And now, first snap of the second half, and there's Frankie Cruz dipping and then diving forward for good yardage. She's averaging about 4.4 yards a carry. In on that stop, number 55 for the Westchester Comets, that's John Spikes. Played himself a very, very good ball game here. And we'll get you more names and numbers here as we continue now for the rest of the contest. Frankie Cruz breaks a tackle, still going. Nice running form there for this young ball carrier. And he's going to be across the first down marker. They signal for 1st and 10 here for the Rough Riders. And recapping the first half scoring. Very quickly, Westchester got up on the board at 6:50 with an 8-yard run by Bozeman. PAT was good. Then Roosevelt countered at 2:19 with the 6-yard touchdown pass from Reynoso to number 7. That was Ethan Lopez. Oh, there he is, breaking tackles and getting up to the first. Across the first down line, that was number 3 again, Hernandez. Good play there, called by the offensive coaching staff there for the Rough Riders. And the Rough Riders very, very encouraged to stick onto the ground game. 1st and 10 for the Riders on this drive, starting back at, let's call it the 45-yard line. They're in motion towards their opponent's touchdown. And again, Frankie Cruz getting the calls here just about every other play here. Out of the shotgun is Raymond Reynoso. He's a senior. Split right out here to the right, number 4, Matthew Thayes. And a bunch of receivers out to the left, trips on that side. But the give is to Cruz straight ahead off right tackle. As he's following his big O-line. And included in that mention of O-line is number 78. That's going to be Jose Suarez. And he's also in there with number 52. And that's James Gomez. We'll give more names of the O-line in just a moment. Reynoso takes the snap. Fake. Screen pass. Nicely thrown there. That goes to Ethan Lopez. Good down and out completion there. Clock stopped when he went 5. So the Riders out of the gate here in the second half on a drive here. Maintaining possession, mixing it up on the ground and going through the air. Good blending of calls here by the coaching staff. Handoff again. He countered, went to the right, and veered off to his left, and then dragging tacklers was Frankie Cruz. Again, let's give Cruz extra credit here. He's a sophomore, goes 5'9" and weighs 165, but he is just breaking tackles, finding very nice holes, going off his left tackle and his left guard. Number 66, Jose Gomez, is in there responsible for one of those holes, and there he goes. Off left tackle. And there is Cruz going in. Let's call it from the 8. They call it from the line of scrimmage. Let's call it the 10-yard line. Okay, unofficially we have it, but give Cruz the touchdown. Here's a point after now at 8:20. And there it is. It's true. Josue Lopez gets the point after. But the Riders capitalizing on, let's call it a 55-yard drive for a touchdown. Let's call it more or less an 8-yard touchdown run off left tackle by Frankie Cruz. We'll be back at the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Roosevelt, the visitors, 21. Westchester, the home team, 14. And set for the run-up. Here comes Lopez. Yeah, here he comes. He plants his foot. End over end is going towards Bozeman. It gets past him. He may have touched it. He's down to the 5-yard line. Oh, he's got some room down the sideline. Oh, broke a tackle. Still on his feet. It's a foot race. And he's brought down finally. Number 27, Colby Adame. Oh, my goodness. A huge run there, but you saw number 5, Bozeman, just leg it all the way out after he picked up a couple of blocks in the middle of the field. He then drove to the sideline and just sprinted downfield until Colby Adame caught him from behind. Number 27, he's a junior, 5'11". Credit him for a touchdown-saving run. And here come the comments, this explosivity with the running backs. Very skilled now out of the T formation. Here comes Murphy. Pitch. And that's Guerra. Oh, he broke a tackle at the 20. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Let's call it again at the 4-yard line. Number 24 moved him out of bounds. That was Jalen Joseph. So the Comets streaking out into the open field here and now threatening for the game-tying touchdown. There's Murphy now changing the set formation into the pro look. Murphy's trying to drag himself forward. One referee signaling a touchdown. And there it is. Comets back on the board here with their third touchdown of the game. Point after's coming. So at 7:53, Westchester back in business here. Here comes the snap. Placement to kick. Whoa. He got all of that. And that would be number 38. Give him credit for the point after. Okay, score now tied just in the blink of an eye. 21-21. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports. Oh, my goodness. They let the ball go. Oh, my goodness. There's a big, big breakdown there in communications. Instead of falling on the ball, the Riders let it roll, and it was in play. The ball was live. And it's going to be a first down for the Comets. Oh, my goodness. Big, big turnover, big change of events here for the Rough Riders. And Westchester going back to work. Pitch. It looks like Guerra still running. Gets stacked up there off the right side. Maybe gain of about, let's call it 2 yards. Oh, one of the Roosevelt players, unfortunately, is going down. That's Jose Suarez, number 78. And there's going to have to be a timeout taken on the field here. We'll be back in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're back here now. Westchester out of the T formation. Pitch. Oh, my goodness. Okay, the running play is going to go over left tackle. It's going to pick up another couple of yards. Ball's going to be marked inside the 10-yard line. Looks like it's resting at about the 9-yard line. Check it. They officially have spotted at the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Comets. Bozeman trying to go over tackle. Met with resistance right there at the line. May get back to the line of scrimmage. Okay. Westchester now looking at the possibility of going ahead and taking the lead once again. And Coach Henderson now made some changes on offense, talked about it in the locker room, and they've come back out with Murphy coming under center, taking the snaps directly out of the T formation. Pitch, trying to get to the outside. Number 4. Oh, good tackle, good pursuit there. And he's going to be stopped short of the touchdown. Yeah, that was Jonathan Murphy. He kept it on a rollout. Or checked it on a pitch. Took it in the pitch and then tried to sweep over end and didn't have enough room. A good angle there by the defense. Let's call it third and goal from the 3-yard line. Murphy out of the shotgun. Oh, good tackle. Nice. Nicely done. Oh, give Cepeda credit for dropping the tackler in the backfield. Oh, big decision now. 4th down. Fourth and goal to go here. Big play for the Roosevelt defense. Let's see if they're rising to the occasion here. Blitz showing here by the Riders. Bozeman looks over, checks off to the coach for a signal. Here's Murphy. What's he going to do? He's going to get stuffed. Oh, big goal line stand for the Riders. Murphy had no option there. He kept it. Instead of trying to pitch it or pass it, he went down in the pile. So the Riders dodge a bullet here on that series because that happened only after there was a failure by the special teams to cover a kickoff and do it in appropriate fashion, and that cost them that series of downs. And luckily, again, holding up on defense, they have some atonement and some redemption. So with 5:17 left, we have a tie game at 21-21. Here comes the Roosevelt Rough Rider offensive unit onto the field. Raymond Reynoso has been quarterback the entire game, and he's had a great running back tonight with Frankie Cruz, probably approaching the 100-yard mark in terms of rushing yardage. And let's see if that was Cruz on the handoff. Yes, that was Frankie Cruz, number 36. Riders break the huddle. Luis Ramirez, number 54, he's the center. Shotgun formation. Oh, nice. Cruz breaking tackles. Oh, he's off for the first down, still going. And he tries to get a block from his teammate in there, but he goes dragging tacklers with him. And showing an excellent run there from scrimmage. So that gives Roosevelt the breathing room they're looking for now. Question is, can they get back in the groove here to put up more points on the board? Frankie Cruz comes in averaging 109 yards, rushing yards per game. Handoff again, it won't get much. So let's see if Coach Cepeda goes to his mixing and blending, sometimes with the run, sometimes with the pass. Okay, shotgun formation, fake handoff, screen pass completed. Not much of a game, but completed to Jairo Araujo, number 14. Just a down and out very quickly for 5 yards. Coming into the game, number 20, Carlos Perez. In the backfield, Araujo, Perez. You see number 72. We'll give some numbers here. Alan Hurtado, one of the big O linemen. Receivers on both sides, balanced field. Reynoso, incomplete. Incomplete, and Roosevelt fans looking for and asking for a roughing the passer penalty. He got wrapped up in a big-time fashion, but it was a pass, incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth, and let's call it 6. So looking at a 3 and out here for the Riders. Punt formation now. Deep is Bozeman for Westchester. It's heading his way. It's going to go out of bounds near the 30-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Westchester. When we come back, this is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, there's the whistle starting the third quarter. Westchester has it. Showing the T formation. Pitch. Bozeman looking to get some sideline room here. Turn back and stacked up maybe after an 8-yard gain. Line of scrimmage was, let's call it the 33-yard line to start. Okay, and there's going to be timeout on the field. Looks like there's an injury to a player. As you see his teammates taking a knee. We'll be back in a moment to see as East LA. There was an injured player. Looked like it was number 24. But here's the pitch coming back to the action. Bozeman trying to find outside. Oh, he ducked through a tackler there, gained an extra yard. So Esteban Bozeman having himself a very, very good game tonight on the ground. Showing lots of speed, lots of running options as he can reads his blocks and follows his blockers on most of the occasions, and has been racking up lots of yardage tonight. One of the injured players on that last play for Roosevelt was number 24, Jalen Joseph, and hopefully he'll be able to get back into the game. Oh. And Roosevelt's going to be penalized there for jumping the gun. Giovanni Delgado, number 29. One of the defensive ends for the Riders. Broke through and the line of scrimmage there, broke into the neutral zone. Here comes Westchester again. That's Jonathan Murphy, a quarterback out of the shotgun. Throws it to a receiver. Oh, he dropped it. Intended for Kennedy Jones. Was looking over his right shoulder and looking for the defender, and then took his eye off the ball and dropped it. Incomplete pass. Clock stopped with 1:55 left in the third quarter. We have ourselves a tie ball game. 21-21 East LA Sports Scene bringing you high school game of the week under the Friday night lights at Westchester High School. Week number 5. Roosevelt comes in 4-0, and Westchester struggling right now at this point of the season with a 1-3 record. Blitzing. Bozeman broke a tackle. They're going to need to stop him from any further damage once he gets into the secondary. He's a very crafty runner, very elusive. Goes left, goes right, and then the tacklers missed him. And he moves up forward, up into the field for extra and additional yardage. Ball's going to be spotted at, let's call it the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Comets. Looks like an audible sent in from the bench, and you see Murphy now go into the shotgun. Bunches on the right side. Murphy keeps it, and he'll gain a couple of yards on the play. 2nd and let's call it 8 for the Comets. Clock now moving to 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Okay, the Comets have the signal from Coach Wyatt Henderson. We're inside of the minute mark at 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Murphy looking to his right. He's a lefty. He's going to air it out deep. Looking for his, it's going to be short. Bounced first and then he picked it up. Incomplete pass with 43 seconds left. Okay, that was a huge play there, and fortunately, it went well for the Riders. The ball was just a little underthrown there by Murphy. Number 1 flanked out here to the left, Justin David. On the other side of the field, there's Bunches. And Riders showing blitz. Murphy, he's got a receiver, Bozeman. Bozeman dragged down after the first down is made here. So the Comets retain possession, and they're still in business here with the drive here. And the Comets looking over to the bench. They're going to probably let the clock run out with 10, 9, 8, 7. No, check. They're going to get one play off here, the final play of the third quarter. It's a screen pass over to Bozeman. He's trying to shed the tackler. And that was to no success as Ethan Lopez wrapped him up first, but there's a flag in the backfield here. The referee in the white hat's going to call here because you see it right there at about, let's call it the 33-yard line. Oh, they're going to call face mask against Roosevelt. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here we go now. Start of the fourth and final quarter. We have ourselves a very good ball game. It's a close one. In fact, it's tied at 21-21. There's a screen pass out there to the receiver. That looks like that was intended for number 7. That's Kennedy Jones. He picks up yardage and a good gain on the play. But this could have been a game-changing situation because at the end of that last play of the quarter, with just under 5 seconds left, the ball was snapped. And then during the course of that play, a penalty was called against Roosevelt for face masking. And that gave Westchester even better field position. Handoff. Here comes Bozeman trying to sweep right. Cuts it back inside. Then he's met by a host of Roosevelt tacklers. In on that stop, number 29. That was Giovanni Delgado. And let's see if the Roosevelt Rough Riders can hold up again. Handoff, check that pitch. Bozeman stops, comes back. Oh, then he's met, dropped. Good pursuit there. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Ball spotted at, let's call it looks like it's about the 10-yard line. Big plays here for the D-line and, of course, the linebackers and safeties. They got to put it all together here and put the choke on Westchester here to stop them in their tracks. Try to get the ball turned back over to him. Oh, Murphy. Yeah, he stopped. Good pursuit in there. Cepeda in on the stop, along with Gomez. Give him credit in there for breaking up that play. There 10 minutes. The clock is running. 21-21. Here you see the offensive unit stopping in the tracks, looking to the bench for some directions from Coach Henderson. Man in motion. There he goes. There's Murphy. He's going to air it out in the end zone. Oh, it'll be too far, thrown too far, and the Riders again with another goal line stand. Give the defensive unit credit for stepping up big time. That's going to bring it out for a 1st and 10. Let's call it from their own 10-yard line. Roosevelt Rough Riders now. And let's give you a little bit of background how the Riders got here with 4-0. They beat Gardena in the season opener, then went to North Hollywood, and then Franklin in Game 3 beat them 42-35, and then last week beating Mendez 49-0, and now that brings us to Week 5 here. So here we go now. 1st and 10 for the Riders. Handoff going to Cruz. He's been the workhorse for the Riders tonight. And the clock continues to run here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. On the other hand, for Westchester, their record, they've lost to Palos Verdes in their opener, then they beat Inglewood, and then lost to Redondo Union, and then last week to Carson with their record now 1-3. Handoff. Off the right side goes Cruz, and he's going to be met there by a host of Westchester tacklers. Again, number 55, John Spikes in there in all of the action on the line. And give him credit for having himself a very, very good game tonight. He's in there along with number 71, it's Nick Weiss. Number 74, Emmanuel Mensah. Number 63. Here's the play. Oh, breaking tackles, Cruz. Still on his feet. Oh, he's going to have enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Clock moving with, check that, they're going to move the chains, and then with that,
the clock stopped to reset, and then with 8:27, 8:25, the clock is moving. East meets West in terms of being our theme tonight. Roosevelt from the Eastern League, Westchester from the Western. And another run of tackle. He's just going to have to be stopped by 3 to 4 tacklers from Westchester. Another stat here we want to bring to your attention. Reynoso averages 147 yards passing per game, and total yards per game 149 for Reynoso. Tackles per game is Miguel Montero with 8. And here's the snap. Oh, here's Reynoso trying to get to the outside. And it was an option play that Reynoso kept, faked it to his running back and went over the left end and got some yardage on the play. He's going to be close to a first down. It's going to be a question of game management and time and clock management for the Riders. They've got about 70 yards to go for a touchdown that could give them the lead. Cruz got around one tackler in the backfield and then is going to be marked down near the first down. Let's see where the side judge rules that the ball should be spotted. It's going to be enough for a first down, so the Riders continue to drive here. Again, the drive starting at their own 10-yard line. And Coach Cepeda sends the play in with, Reynoso. Split out there to the right is Carlos Perez, number 20. Pitch, trying to get to the outside, looking for a block is Cruz. He's going to be stopped after about, let's call it, 4-yard gain. So the Riders driving now right in front of our cameras here on East LA Sports Scene. Bringing you a high school game of the week, and as we look into week number 5, most teams will have a bye next week, and then they'll get set for the start of conference play in the beginning of October. And that's when all the chips will be in motion and play here for league play and then into the playoffs. So here we go. Flanked out here is Ethan Lopez to the left. Handoff, Cruz. Oh, broken ankle tackle, and then continue to fall forward. Clock moving with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. And coming off the bottom of that pile, number 72, Alan Hurtado, one of the big old linemen. And it's good to see that number 78, Jose Suarez, is back to normal after he came out of those cramps back in the third quarter. A bunch of backfield here, bunch line. Here comes Cruz trying to break free, and it's going to take 2 tacklers to bring him down. One of the first men to hit him was Murphy, along with Ashton McCollum, number 10. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the carry. So the Riders driving and maintaining possession here, as this drive could be the most critical of the game. It started at the their own 10-yard line, and now we're under the 5-minute mark. 1st and 10 for the Riders, looking to play turnover-free football and try to get the ball into the end zone and secure a victory. Cruz spins. And the blocking broke down there after he picked up a couple of yards, but give him credit for maintaining his balance and staying up on his feet. So Frankie Cruz will come out just for a breather here. Number 36 stands over by his head coach, Ricardo Cepeda. Wants to talk things over here. Reynoso. Handoff. Oh, looked like a face mask. Yeah, it looked like a face mask clearly from here. Let's see if the referee is going to mark that. We do see a flag on the field. That could be a major penalty. Let's see who the ball carrier was. That was Isaías Cepeda on that carry as he came in for Frankie Cruz. And there it is. The referee picked that up, a face mask, and a major penalty marked off against Westchester. Okay, big turn of events here favoring the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Now into Westchester territory. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Riders. Reynoso. Handoff. Straight up the field. Cepeda dragging tacklers forward. And gives him credit for about 8 yards on the carry. Rough Riders being very, very patient, trying to stay composed here. Big drive that they're going to hopefully get within field goal range as well. So they have options in their playing hand. Cepeda, he's stopped maybe for a gain. Okay, Frankie Cruz re-enters the game now. Had time to gather himself here, get a second win, so to speak. Frankie Cruz has been the main cog in the wheel tonight for Roosevelt, as he's led the rushing attack. There he goes again. Cruz dragging a couple of tackles forward. He's going to be close to a first down on the carry. It's going to be 4th and 1, a huge play for the Riders. Reynoso looking over to Coach Cepeda for the audible. Here it is. He's calling it right now, taking it out of the T formation. It looks like he's going to be driving forward. The pile's moving. Well enough for the first down and then some. So good call there by Coach Ricardo Cepeda. And that seemed to have fooled the Westchester front four on just a regular quarterback sneak. Picked up 4 to 5 yards, keeping the drive alive. That's the main question here, or the main challenge for the Rough Riders. They do have the big heartbeat here, and they do have the ball and time of possession in their favor. Cruz, dives forward after he's tripped up in the backfield by number 50. That was Divine Obishere. And now, with 1:37 on the clock, there's going to be a timeout taken by Westchester. So it's nail-biting time here at Westchester Comet Stadium. With the score on the board, it's tied 21-21. We'll be back in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Team Productions of High School Game of the Week. Drive here for the Riders. Reynoso, look out. Oh, he got sacked. My goodness. The passing coverage or passing protection broke down, and all Reynoso could do was just go to the ground there. He had two big defenders that just exploded on the scene there and dropped them for a big loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and 20. So looked like the Riders were angling and driving at least for a field goal attempt. Clock is running now with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. Big play here for the Riders. Dropping back. Oh, look out. Was it caught? Oh, incomplete. The ball's out of the grasp of the receiver. Pass was intended for Jairo Araujo, number 14. Incomplete. Clock stopped with 52 seconds left. Oh, big 4th down play for the Riders. And as a result of that, the Rough Riders will take a timeout and talk things over here. Huge play coming up for Coach Cepeda and his Roosevelt Rough Riders. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, the stage is set. Game. Field goal. Oh, no good. Blocked. Ball's in play. Here comes Westchester, still on his feet. Oh, number 7. Give him credit for picking that up, Kennedy Jones. And then he run back. Boy, the field goal attempt barely rose in its flight. Got hit there at the line of scrimmage just about, and then scooted forward about another 10 yards, and then Westchester, the wingman, picked it up and did all he could do to try and return it. 41.7 seconds left in the game here for Westchester. Defense now again has to rise to the occasion. Pass incomplete on a rollout. Looked like Murphy looking for his wide receiver who had gone down and out. Clock stopped with 37.1 seconds left. Brings up second down here for the Westchester Comets. Wide receivers on both sides of the field. Shotgun formation. Here comes a rush. Oh, pass incomplete, nearly intercepted. Big pressure put in there on number 78, Josue Suarez. He caused panic in the backfield there from Murphy. Brings up third down now with 32 seconds left in the game. Okay, play is set now. Comets have it. Here's Murphy. Let's see what their blitz is coming. They're in pursuit of Murphy. He's got a man open. There he is. He's got some speed, and he's got the first down. It was number 7. That was Kennedy Jones with 24 seconds left. Defense still has to provide coverage. They're blitzing and trying to get the quarterback and run him out of the pocket, but he's finding the receiver here. Yeah, that bails him out of that situation. So Coach Henderson still has possession and still has time on the clock. Ball's at the 40-yard line. There's a snap. Murphy, he's going to be run out of the pocket. He's got daylight, trying to get around, taking as much field as he can, and ridden out of bounds at about the 15-yard line with 13 seconds left. Oh, he had a lot of green field in front of him, and he just took advantage of it. Broke out of the pocket after he was moved out of there by the oncoming lineman. And now as they look towards their coach and the sideline, there's time for a couple of more plays. Yeah, let's see what the comments will show on this play. There's a snap. Murphy, he's going to air it out. Oh, incomplete. No good. Ball through the hands of the receiver. Clock stops with 9.5 seconds left. Nervous time here for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. With Westchester, no telling what might happen should one of their backs get loose on any type of a run around end or possibly straight up the middle. Who knows what Coach Henderson may show on this play here. Obviously, they're in field goal range, but let's see what he decides now with the clock showing 9.5 seconds. Murphy, look out. He's being pursued from behind. He's got a receiver there. Bozeman. And they rule touchdown with 2.2 seconds left in the game. Oh my goodness. Esteban Bozeman, the man of the moment with the touchdown. Let's call it a 10-yard flare pass, screen pass. And let's see now, there's still 0.2 seconds left on the clock, and here comes the point after. Okay, all 11 players are on the field for Westchester. And there's going to be a timeout taken on the field. We'll be back with the conclusion in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. There's a snap. Oh, it's no good. Point after will not be attempted because of a bad handle there by the placement holder. And with 2.2 seconds, we're coming back for the kickoff. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're ready now for the kickoff. And to see how they handle it, whether it be a type of a short kick or long kick. And there's fielded at about, let's call it the 10-yard line. Let's see if he can get some blocks here. Still on his feet, but he's going to be brought down. Oh, ball still in play. And finally, was Isaias Pera handling it. That will bring the game to a conclusion. And we got to admit, it was a very, very closely played game here. Both teams giving it all. But with 2.2 seconds left, not enough time for the Riders to get any kind of an offense going. It was all or nothing on the kickoff return. However, the Roosevelt Rough Riders come over to Westchester and really, really give them a good contest, a good matchup, a good game. And there you see now the sportsmanship handshake as the Roosevelt Rough Riders head out towards midfield and congratulate their opponents on a very, very good football game played here at Westchester High School. So, the final score, 27-21 in favor of the Westchester Comets. They move their record now to 2-3, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders taste defeat for the first time in the season, and their record now goes to 4-1. And we'll be back with our post-game wrap-up here in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene Productions of the High School Game of the Week. And here we are now with our post-game to wrap things up here from Westchester High School as the Westchester Comets pull out a close one in the final seconds of the game, winning by a final score of 27-21. However, the Roosevelt Rough Riders had the Westchester Comets on the ropes for most of the game. It was pretty much an even ball game at halftime at 14-14, and then Roosevelt perked up in the third quarter on a big drive and took the lead at 21-14. And then, right after that, Westchester struck back with their own touchdown, tying it at 21-21 until the final seconds of the game when on a rollout Murphy found his receiver Bozeman in the flat area, and then he ran it in from about 8 yards to secure the victory. So that will do it for this edition of East LA Sports Scene. But one other reminder, regular season will start, or conference play starts for both teams in a week or so, depending on whether they have byes coming up or not. At the end of this game, Westchester now moves to 2-3, while Roosevelt now tastes defeat for the first time in the season. They fall to 4-1. So for our production crew here on East LA Sports Scene, Rico Cabrera Jr. shooting all of the video, Frank Lee Robes doing all of the highlight reels, and who is our intern, and of course yours truly, Rico Cabrera Sr. doing the play-by-play. Thanks for watching this edition, and continue to watch us on EastLASportsScene.com for our high school game of the week. Until we're together again, we will see you soon, and take care.